Hi guys, it's Angela. Today I want to share with you a small story about working with your intuition. Now, whether you work with cards or crystals or just plain old intuition, remember that your go-to, things that you develop, the tools that you develop of how to work with clients should always be open to change. So I'll give you an example of that. The other day I was doing a session with someone who had had an ayahuasca experience. And during the ayahuasca experience, their grandmother showed up and was talking to them. And they wanted to know from me whether or not I could tell if that really was their grandmother or not. And I said, well, we can totally do a mediumship, absolutely. I said, do you happen to know anything about your grandma? She said, zero. I know nothing except for her name. And now for me, normally how I work with mediumship, this is my go-to, is that when somebody comes to me for mediumship reading, they give me the person's name, hopefully a picture, if not, oh well. But the person who has passed on, how I know that they're connecting is they tell me a detail or something about their lives that the person sitting in front of me can relate to. So knowing in advance that this woman knew zero about her grandmother whatsoever, I was like, okay, I'm up for the challenge. Now, a lot of working with spirit is literally to trust the process. And so I said to her, well, we'll see what comes up, because I'm always open. I'm forever a student in this life. And so what I did was I took a deep breath and I concentrated on her grandma. And I started to say a few details, but of course she didn't recognize that. And then it got to the point where the grandma on the other side got a little frustrated. And she grabbed this taller man and she pushed him forward. And she said a name to me, and it started with the letter P. And so I told my client, I said, okay, she's pushed a man forward. I started to describe the man, and I said, and she's specifically saying a letter P. And now I said, I can't tell, because it's kind of echoey, if it's Peter or Paul or something like that, but it's definitely a letter P. And she was like, oh my God, my Uncle Paul. And so for me, the lesson in that, of course, is to always be open. But for you, the lesson is that when we grow comfortable, when we get skilled in whatever it is that we're doing, pendulum, intuition, tarot cards, whatever it is, remember that you can't stop there. And that spirit doesn't always come through in the same form that you're used to. You have to be open to the process. If you find these videos interesting or intriguing or any of the other things, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and join along in my journey as we journey together.